Welcome back, everyone. We're here today with our first Cabral HouseCall of the weekend, going over episode 2080, which is, of course, our first Cabral HouseCall. And we are going to be taking you through our community's questions, just like we do every single weekend. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. We're going to be going through, again, a lot of what our community writes in about in order to figure out what is going on with our overall health, wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging based goals. So it's always fun for me to be able to see what's going on in the community. I know people are struggling. I know they're going through a lot of health-based issues, but the good news is this, is that we can figure this out together. We honestly can. I was able to figure out what was going on with my health with the help of mentors, and I hope to be, at least in some part, that for you as well. So my goal is to give you a second opinion, another place to look beyond conventional-based medicine. And I always like to share with you that I can't treat any disease. I can't diagnose disease. I can't provide for you what's called a cure. But what I can do is give you the place to look and hopefully allow you to uncover what truly is holding you back from living your best life. That is a best life in terms of mind, body, health, and overall vitality. So that's really what it's all about. Again, I always enjoy being able to read your questions each and every weekend and at least play some small role in hoping to give you the answers that you've been looking for. So I'm opening up the big document right now. Again, every single weekend, we go through about a dozen questions on Saturday and Sunday. So today we'll get about half of those today and then about half tomorrow. All right. So let's dive in. Let's get started. The first question today is from Vabona. And the question is coming in from August 26th. Today is what, October 16th. So that is about, what, 7 weeks? Yeah, about 6-7 weeks behind. Again, that's just, we answer the questions in the order they come in. So I'm always right around that 6-week mark or so. All right. First question from Vabona. Hi, I recently found out that Miralax has ingredients in it that are found in antifreeze. Said ingredients are said to cause many problems, including neuropsychiatric and kidney problems. I gave Miralax to my son for a while from my doctor's recommendations. I'm terrified of all the damage I've done. What can I do to help my 5-year-old detox that is safe? Thank you. All right. Yeah, really sorry to hear that. Just keep in mind, medical doctors are well-meaning. They really are. They're not trying to hurt anyone, even with all the pharmaceuticals that they dole out. That's what they've been taught at medical school. Medical school has been infiltrated by Big Pharma, even Harvard University, that's been shown. So it is what it is, right? They're basically saying, okay, take Miralax, child's constipated, here's what you're going to use. It's over the counter. You can find it at CVS, Walgreens, etc. But that doesn't mean it's healthy, right? Medical doctors have never studied health. They've studied sickness, but they've never studied health. They don't take nutrition, right? They don't learn about functional medicine. They don't learn about herbs and vitamins and minerals and all these great things that our body runs off of. They only learn from a pharmaceutical-based disease perspective, which is great. If you have an acute-based issue in your life-saving circumstance, then you absolutely need that. But for everything else, I mean, again, you have to have an integrative health practitioner or a naturopathic doctor in addition to your medical doctor. Everyone should have a medical doctor, but not to get your health advice from, right? If you're very sick and something's going on, okay, you go see your medical doctor. Then to be healthy, you want to have a natural health doctor or an integrative health practitioner. That's really what it's all about. So the good news is that you can use natural products for constipation. And we use, again, for children, we'll just use magnesium bicarbonate or even a magnesium citrate. We will use a little bit of alkalizing vitamin C. We'll give more fruits in the diet without a doubt. And that will help, with the occasional constipation. So now, in terms of detoxification, the good news is that you get your child back on a healthy eating plan. They've got their fruits, they've got their veggies in there. Maybe make a nice fruit smoothie in the morning with, he's 5 years old. I don't know the weight. No more than a half a scoop of the daily nutritional support in that. And you're going to give that child, that body, the cofactors it needs, along with all a banana and some berries, like make it a fruit smoothie that they would enjoy to help with that. And again, unless you were told there was any damage, I wouldn't be worried. Just get back on the healing track now and life will be good. Thank you for writing in. Dana's up next. I had a moderate case of COVID a month ago and feel depressed ever since. I'm 48, perimenopausal, and I'm wondering if COVID causes any vitamin mineral deficiencies or hormonal changes that may contribute to depression. Prior to getting COVID, I was taking vitamin D, C, B complex, magnesium, and occasional zinc, as well as methylfolate for MTHFR. I am prone to seasonal affective disorder, but always feel great in the summer, so this is unusual for me. Thank you. Love your podcast. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. So yes, I have a whole podcast series on the virus. You can find that at stephencabral.com/podcast. And there's images at the top, and you can kind of just scroll through the images. And then I want you to click on the one that says latest virus updates. I haven't been doing a lot lately because honestly, there's not a whole lot new to say. There really isn't. It's the same virus that it's been for the past almost 2 years. And although there are variants, we don't treat them any differently. I know people will try to tell you to treat them differently. We have no belief that they need to be treated any differently. And the same things that have worked are working. They're working even better because there are more conventional medicine now attached to natural health-based protocols. However, that doesn't mean that you can't feel the symptoms you do, because that absolutely does happen. So anytime you get a virus, especially one like this that we're talking about, that is stressful on the body, it's going to deplete you of your zinc and your B vitamins and vitamin C and a lot of those things that your body uses to fight that. So what I do every day, and again, I can't tell you, I can't give you a treatment protocol. I recommend this. When I got COVID, I was already using my daily foundational protocol, which is at stephencabral.com/DFP, and the immunity protocol, which is stephencabral.com/immunity. I talked about these in depth last, was it 2 Thursdays ago? Yeah, that was on best time of the day to take supplements, plus my personal supplement routine. That was episode 2064. If you want to go to stephencabral.com/2064. But when I got the virus, and I get any virus, I double my immunity protocol. So I do double the vitamin C, double the vitamin D, double the zinc for a 3-week period of time. And that helped me get my taste back. Certainly gave me a nice little boost in energy. But you also you do need to make sure that you're building your body back up, because it can be very stressful getting this type of virus. There's no doubt about it. So I don't know how long you've had it. You've had about a month. Okay. Yeah. And that's not uncommon. 6 weeks, maybe 12 weeks maximum to get yourself back to how you were before. I would start to ease in exercise. I would continue to make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep at night. I would try to get some natural sunlight for sure. All of these things can be beneficial, plus the great nutritional supplements that you've been taking. All right. And just look for any underlying co-infections that may still be there. All right. That's really important to look at that as well. And then if you need to test your vitamin mineral levels, you can do the starter kit. And that's our at-home lab test. That's right at stephencabral.com/starter-kit. Okay, Anonymous is up next. It says, hi, Dr. Cabral. Thanks for taking the time to answer so many questions. I have a question about non-diabetic reactive hypoglycemia. I searched old episodes and found a brief explanation on episode 218, but I think my question is more specific. I have not been officially diagnosed. No matter the amount of carbs I eat or don't eat, my blood sugar drops an hour after I eat a meal to sub 70. At times sub 60, but then 2 to 3 hours later it spikes. During the day, the spike is generally 100 to 120, but after dinner it's 120 to 150. Fasting blood sugar is below 70 to 90. I dip into the 60s during the night a lot. My sugars are relatively low of the day until my dinner meal. That's when it gets to 120 to 150. It still goes back under 100 before bed. I'm wearing a continuous glucose monitor to see if I can identify the issues, but so far no luck. Like I mentioned, the same meal can cause little to no drop or spike, and then the next time it does. I've heard that reactive hypoglycemia is a precursor to diabetes, so I would really like to fix the underlying root cause before that becomes an issue. I eat whole foods 95% of the time, intermittent fasting 12 to 14 hours. I work out 2 cardio, 3 strength per week. I try to walk at least 30 minutes each day. Drink lots of water. Thanks for your help. All right. Yeah, happy to help with this. Back in the day, I had reactive hypoglycemia, so I totally know where you're coming from. I couldn't regulate my blood sugar. Mine was an adrenal-based issue, and yours may be as well. Again, I can't diagnose you with that, nor am I diagnosing you with that. But mine was an adrenal issue that once I healed my HPA axis, and my POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, I was able to fix my blood sugar. And I actually was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes because of this. So what I would do I would run the Big Five. That's at stevencabral.com/Big Five. At the very least, I would run the hormones test to at least look at your cortisol output. That would be at stevencabral.com/hormones-test. So I would definitely look at that. And then I would run the labs, and then I would try adding more protein and fiber to each meal. And I would do 3 meals a day, maybe 4, but I would try to do them within a half hour of like the same time every day, meaning like always eat at 8, 11:30, 3 o'clock, and 5:36. Like if you're doing 4 meals, right? And try at each one of those meals to have like 25 grams of protein and at least, let's say, 8 grams to 10 grams of fiber. And see if that helps, because the protein and fiber should better stabilize the blood sugar. So I could give you a million recommendations, but honestly, I would start there, and then you can always write back in, or ideally you run one of those labs, and then you'll work with my team, and we'll be able to give you better, more precise recommendations after we see the labs, all right? So hopefully that's helpful. Okay, let's get into the next question. Next question is from Megan. Megan says, "Hi, Dr. Cabral. I absolutely love your podcast. I learned so much and implemented many of your suggestions while healing my body." Thanks, Megan. I'm happy to hear that. My question is about my 18-month-old son. I now know when I was pregnant, I had candida, SIBO, and parasites. I'm worried I've passed these conditions on to my baby. I nursed him for 18 months, and during that time, I unknowingly detoxed some of the candida. I believe the toxins got into my breast milk, as my baby had really bad eczema during this time and has had a hard time eating solids as well. I feel awful. I'm concerned about gut issues developing as he gets older. How can I help my baby get as healthy as possible moving forward? Thank you so much for your passion and sharing your wisdom. All right, Megan. So the good news is this: I don't want you to be harder on yourself. I really don't. This happens every single day. If it did, again, we're not sure of it yet, because obviously we would have to actually see what's going on. Now, of course, if your baby had very bad eczema, I agree that there's something going on with the child's gut. It could be a lack of good bacteria. It could be too much bad bacteria. It could be a candida overgrowth. It could be food sensitivities from what you were eating, and then the baby was obviously getting through your milk. So there's lots of reasons why. The good news is all of them are fixable. That's the good news. You can use the baby probiotics that I've spoken about before, and those are the liquid drops, the L-Reuteri and the B. infantis. Those are great. You don't need to use them forever, just 4 weeks or so, 6 weeks maximum. And so that's the thing, is like, we don't necessarily know that things are still wrong, and we're going to be able to fix it if we need to in the future. So I don't know where your baby's at, to be honest with you. I don't know how old your baby is. I don't know. It says they're having a hard time eating solids. I don't know if they're 6 months old. I don't know if they're a year old, year and a half old. Oh, it says 18 months. Okay, 18-month-old son. Well, so the good news is this. Yes, they're going to start consuming, and they should be consuming some solids right now. And what we want to do most likely is start to see which foods are causing the most distress for their stomach. And if they're eating certain fruit and it's causing a lot of bloating or gas, we could assume that, maybe there is some candida overgrowth, there's some bacterial overgrowth. We're not going to do anything yet. Around 3 years old or so is when we start to actually begin to implement protocols. That would be like the children's CBO protocol, but for a 3-year-old, we would go very, very light on that, very, very light, and we can start to rebalance the gut there. So again, hard to tell right now, 18 months old. I would look more at food sensitivities than anything else right now. And, just from your own recollection of what's bothering the child the most, and then you'll be able to help in the future. I wish I could give you more advice. I really do. I feel like I'm not able to answer that question as well as you would like me to. But there is no answer I could specifically give you right now, because I do not know what's going on with your child. So I would hate to give you advice that is not correct, which means I can't give you advice right now. So the good news is this, though. It is all fixable. Everything's going to be fine. It really will. So we'll be able to fix it in time. No doubt about it. We just need to know exactly what is wrong. Okay, Marie is up next. Hi, doctor. I've been curious about this for some time. Both my parents have received the AZ, we'll just say vax. We can't get banned on the show, and their reactions were entirely different. My father felt absolutely normal the following days, whereas my mother had severe chills, headache for about 24 hours, fever. Would this be due to bioindividuality or have something to do with the strength or reactivity of their immune system? If so, is there a favorable response? Okay. I can't say that there's necessarily a favorable response. Your body should have a immune reaction. You are theoretically creating an immune reaction. I don't think that you want it to be, this absolutely is about bioindividuality, by the way, 100%. I mean, we all know that our immune systems are varying degrees different, right? We all have the same immune system in terms of like what we were given, but it reacts differently. I've shared this many, many times before. My wife has an amazing Th1 dominant immune system. She never gets sick. She just doesn't. If she gets sick every couple of years, I'm like, are you okay? You know, like, really, are you okay? And she's better in 24 hours. There's maybe been once that I've known her in 20 years that she's been sick for a couple days. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? Where me, I mean, I'm a very healthy individual, but I'm more Th2 dominant, and my body back in the day used to be sick all the time. Now, luckily, I'm very healthy, but that doesn't mean that if I let myself go, that I wouldn't start to get sick more often and have much more immune-based reactions because of my Th2 dominance. So, there's bioindividuality. You know, I mean, if you recover in 24 hours, then that's obviously a good thing. You just have to make sure that you always talk to your doctor, very, very important, so that you can be checked for cardiomyopathy and you can be checked for blood clots, or you can be checked for any other potential issue that you want to keep an eye on. I mean, that's just something that you'd obviously want to make sure that it doesn't become a bigger issue, because you'd have to then potentially downgrade certain exercise that you're doing, and you'd want to keep an eye on blood clots for sure if anything happened like that. So that's that. All right. Thanid is up next. I had the jab and I regret it. How do I detox it from my body? Okay. So I just want you to know, I don't change any of the language in any of these. I don't want, I want them to always be able to write in however you want. I'm going to answer your question, no doubt about it. I just have to be careful because of censorship. So just please do understand that I don't want the podcast to be banned. I try to help as many people in the world as possible. You know, we've had about 25 million people download the podcast. I want to continue to do this work. And I've been censored before, and luckily I'm now out of that censored area on Instagram, where I was censored for about 7 months, meaning my account was taken from, maybe like 5,000 people, let's say, out of 100-something thousand people that follow would see it, and it went down to like 500. Like it was absurd. But here's the thing. So it's a very sensitive topic. I can't provide medical advice. I can't provide treatment protocols, cures. You know that. What I recommend is this. If you're ever feeling like anything went into your body that you just feel like you need to do your best to clean house to get to a deeper state of autophagy, I recommend 21-day Equilife detox. And then I recommend the heavy metal detox. So like, if you ask me like, how do you best detox your body? I'm not talking about any specific thing at all out there, right? All I'm saying is, how do you detox your body? Okay. Well, if we're talking about overall open up liver detox pathways, okay, 21-day functional medicine detox. Obviously, I use the Equilife detox. That's at stephencabral.com/detox. I would use sauna, and I would then do the heavy metal detox. And you could even do the heavy metal detox at the same time as the Equilife detox. So all of those can be found at stephencabral.com/Equilife. And the sauna is a great way to do that as well. That's exactly what I would do. I mean, that's literally exactly what I would do. You don't have to worry about doing more. Of course, I would still recommend taking the daily foundational protocol, and I would do the immunity protocol every day. That's for sure, even during the detox. And And that's it. So good questions today. Obviously controversial. That's okay. I'm happy to answer these as well. I'm here for you. I just want you to know that I'm not going to shy away from these questions. I'm going to give you what I would do for myself and my own family. And again, that will resonate with some people it won't. I get it. I understand that. I'm going to always show up and try to be my best for you. And that's all that I can do. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. Take care. And I'll be back tomorrow answering more of our community's questions.